Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Mountain Man Monday. I'm your host, Mr. Mountain Man. Today is episode number 71, and the date is April the 19th, 2021. I want to welcome everyone who joins me live this Monday evening and anyone who might be catching up later on the Mr. Mountain Man YouTube channel. As always, all the live streams are archived and available under the live stream playlist. I hope everyone's having a great start to their week and a nice Monday. As always, getting on just a tad earlier here in the evening, so hopefully that's nice for a few folks. It's kind of nice to see some of the daylight behind me. I'm usually in the evening hours and don't normally have that natural daylight, so I always feel like it's a little bit dark and dreary. I'm happy to be on a little bit earlier. You never know how the schedule's going to go in the evening, so things are flopped around today. Got a little bit of time earlier, enjoying this spring in the mountains, and things have just been beautiful. Things are blooming. The mountains are greening up. Flowers are coming out, although the temperature is nice and crisp and cool still, just how I like it. I don't need to say hello to summer too quickly because there's plenty of time for being in the 80s or 90s when that happens. And it's probably my old days from being in Florida. I still have a little fatigue from day after day heat and humidity. So I welcome the nice, cool evenings and moderate spring days here in the mountains. A few people rolling in here saying hello. We've got Adriana LaSure. How's everything going, sir? Happy Monday evening to you as well. I hope you're having a great start to your week and a nice Monday. We got Lily saying hello. How have you been? I'm happy to catch you a little earlier this evening. Yes, as always, you can never predict what time I'll be on in the evening. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. Let us know how you're doing. Hello, Hope Faith. How are you doing today? I'm doing well. What about you? How are you doing? Hope you're having a great start to your week. Same as AZ Rock. Tricked me. I don't even have any popcorn popped. I know. Hey, that's pretty cool if you do pop popcorn for this. A little bit of a show for everybody. Actually, I would have been on like 10 minutes earlier, but I had a little glitch. I use on this particular machine, I use what I'm having a brain fart here. I use a USB hub, but it's not a powered USB hub. So when I think it's a little finicky that if I don't power up the machine with everything already plugged in, it doesn't supply enough power because I start putting the mic and the camera and all that stuff in there and it gets a little finicky. So my camera wouldn't start and I had to reboot and that took a few extra minutes. So because just as a reminder to everyone, I do put on the Mr. Mountain Man YouTube channel under the community tab the announcement each Monday of what time that I am going to start the live stream. Since I don't have Twitter anymore because of whatever happened to my account, but it's a better way anyway. I would have used this way regardless. So if you just open up YouTube and either go probably on your home feed or go to subscriptions, the subscriptions button or tab, you should see that announcement. And if you don't see it there and you really are interested in knowing about it, you can go directly to the Mr. Mountain Man YouTube channel, click on the community tab, and it should be the newest announcement for that week. Now, if you look at my channel, a lot of the posts about when the live stream is going to happen are similar from week to week. So check the date. It should be the newest one. So anybody can find out when this is going to occur so that they can plan for it or see if I'm going to be around. I try to always make that announcement, by about 5 or 6 o'clock, which today didn't give it much time because I came on a bit earlier. We got Tim Wheaton here. Hey, very early today. Yes, hope everyone is having a great week so far. Grilling hamburgers. All right. Yeah, yesterday I grilled some T-bone steaks, which is not a regular thing. We haven't had anything like that since Christmas Eve is the last time I cooked that type of steak or porterhouse. So always nice to grill. And it can be any day of the week. The grill should be an extension of the kitchen, really. I get the feeling from in general that a lot of folks feel the grill is for Memorial Day and July 4th and Labor Day and just special occasions. But as you all know, I use it weekly And it is an extension of the kitchen. And it doesn't have to be some, I've talked about this before. A lot of people I know, I'll say, oh, I grill. And then it's all of a sudden becomes like this competition. Well, do you, smoke the meat for 150 hours and do this and do, and I'm like, no, I just throw my food on the grill and have grilled food, because that's the stage I am at my life. So it doesn't have to be complicated. Any good propane grill with the residual food and everything, smoke it up. It tastes great. It's a great way to cook and make food any day of the week. So that's awesome, Tim. Hey, Ted and Deborah Harrison. Good evening, Mr. Mountman and everyone in the chat. I hope you're having a great start to your week and a nice Monday. Let us know how you're doing. Hey, Coaster Mom. Good evening. I hope you're all having a wonderful Mondays. Let's see there. What is your picture? That is, so I just picking up the pieces there, Coaster Mom. I believe you follow me on Instagram and are a coaster enthusiast. And if any of those are true statements, let me know. I'm wondering if that's like the front. I thought that might have been like lightning rod or something, but that looks different. I can't really see on the picture there. I didn't know if that was the front of a roller coaster at some amusement park, or you have nothing to do with roller coasters and that's just a coincidence. But yeah, really enjoying some of our adventures over there at Dollywood. And I was just reading an article getting ready for this about all the coasters over at Carowinds, and was reminiscing recently watching about the coasters at Cedar Point. I am not what you would call a coaster enthusiast. I really think it's cool for the people out there, and whether this has to do with you, Coaster Mom, or not, I'm just kind of going off the name there. But when it comes to roller coasters, some people do. If some of you folks might be aware, some aren't. And by the way, there are fantastic videos for coaster enthusiasts on YouTube. I mean, incredible. It's like a whole niche onto its own. It's really awesome. But people get what are called coaster credits. Every time you ride a new roller coaster, they know the manufacturer, if it's B&M or B&M or Aero or Vekoma or all these, different roller coaster manufacturers, what year they were manufactured. Is it the only one of its type? Is it a repeat from another amusement park? It's a really cool world. I like roller coasters, but believe it or not, I like G-force and smoothness, but I don't like airtime. I just get a little uncomfortable with airtime. So like a lot of the wooden roller coasters that are gauged because they give a lot of airtime, that's the stuff I tend to feel less comfortable, I think. But I don't mind the speed, the curves, smooth, fast roller coasters. So I'm also not a huge one for like the big first drop. So like 200 and 300 foot roller coasters, I don't know. It's not my cup of tea, but I'm interested if anybody here is a coaster enthusiast. I kind of wanted to bring up that topic recently. Wouldn't mind talking a little bit about that since we talk so much about amusement parks. Doing well, thank you. Hoping to spring to arrive eventually. Right. I know up in your neck of the woods in the Northeast, it's not, it's heavily delayed and short and sweet, probably. But yeah, I was just talking at the beginning, maybe before folks got on, about how beautiful it is here in the mountains, but yet we're still holding a comfortable temperature. In fact, outside right now, it is 64 degrees. Few nights this week, it's supposed to be in the 30s at night. No snow or anything crazy like that, but it's definitely not, 80s. Like I said, there's plenty of time for that in the summer. Hey, Chad and everyone in the chat, hope all is well. Hope you're doing well. I know I get on late sometimes and you got to get up for work or working. Glad to have you here. Hope you are doing well up in your area, I think Wisconsin, and hope things are going well. Let us know how you are doing. A few friends asked for prayer requests. One friend's mom, lung cancer, is worried about what's going to happen next few weeks. Keep her and the family in mind. Absolutely, Hope Faith, for sure. I know you've a few times had some folks with some, some rough times and some medical issues. So definitely we pray for you and keep your friends and family in our prayers. Also, Hope, you had a question on one of my videos. I think it was from the Tail of the Dragon video, and this could probably be in housekeeping, but I'll go ahead and answer it since I brought up one of your comments. You had asked, Could you do more vlog style videos in addition to, the Mountain Man Monday? And yes, I would love to. So it is to you and anybody who inquires about that, I would love to make a lot more videos, but the problem is it's a luxury of time I don't have. But it's nothing different than the inception of this channel. It's just I don't have the ability to regularly be free enough to put the kind of content out like on a heavy cadence. And so if that sounds like a lot of complicated response to it, it's just a matter of time. To put the kind of videos out that I want to do on the Mountain Man channel and the way I want to keep it, I need to go to a place or, an area. It could take a half day or a day, depending on where I want to go. And right now with the family and work and everything, it's just challenging. So don't worry. There will be plenty more vlogs, especially in these warmer months. I have a whole stack of ideas. It's not a shortage of ideas or a shortage of desire. It's a shortage of time. I just don't have the luxury of time. Now, if you're interested in hearing my voice, I say that kind of tongue in cheek, my other channel, The Eclectic Handyman, is quite a bit easier to make videos on. That might bore some folks because it's like a repair and handy channel. I've got tools and the Mustang and some other stuff, but some folks on here do enjoy that. And, I'll see Rita and Foxy and Larry and a few others that are also, enjoy some of that content. And it's great to see them there. So if you want to see in general, so I have 2 YouTube channels in the midst of everything that's going on in life and very, very busy with it, a young family and, and just very busy. So I will do my best. And I know nobody was pressuring, but I love to answer that question because it is kind of like, it even gets to me. I'm like, geez, it's been, X amount of time. But like this weekend, I spent most of the weekend repairing stuff around the house. I had a sink that was leaking, that it was 30 years old, and I had to replace the faucet on the sink. We had the bathroom, you got to tend to the shower and tub because the caulk, there were lines where it had flexed and there were some like open spaces, but it was on the, if it would leak through, it'd be problematic. So I had to get out and do that. There was some painting on a door that I needed to do outside that was chipping away and could compromise. So it just seemed, and then I had to go to grocery. I was grilling out. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, the weekend's done. So I just have, it seems like the weekends are just catch up. So anyway, it was a great question, by the way. And there will be more content on this channel. And I have a ton of ideas and some really cool stuff. So it will be coming. And thank you for the question. Let's see. Hey, Todd Rico's here. Hello, Mr. Mountain, everyone. Let us know how you're doing. Hope you're having a great start to your week and a nice Monday. Hey, Rita, caught you just from checking to see what time you're going to be on. Glad I caught you. Yeah. You know me, every once in a while, things get flipped around and it's, this time block in the evening, it's either before or after, the chaotic evening. And so today happened to be before. It's cool. I was mentioning it's kind of nice to have some natural light over my shoulder instead of it being so dark and dreary. Kind of lights things up. I actually prefer it if I could do it at this time, but always want to make sure to get on. My health is okay. I'm a little pain in my hips and that I'm okay. Arthritis kicks my butt sometimes. It's painful. Certainly not fun. And again, I hope you're on our prayers and hope you're on the up and up, improving and feeling better. Yes, Lily does have a bunch of videos, and I've been able to check out some of those too. Check out LMR Collins 1966 channel. Hey, Smoky Mountain Hiker, nice to have you here. It actually snowed a little on Mount LeConte this morning, not much. Yeah, I mean, well, great to have you here this evening, and I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I was mentioning, in midweek this week, we're supposed to get in the 30s. I meant to check, I always get intrigued by that. I meant to check Mount Mitchell's weather and see if but see that day when it's going to be cold. Let's see. Yeah, Wednesday the low at Mount Mitchell's 21, Thursday 24, but no snow there in the forecast. But that's still cool. Then of course out west they have year round snow in the Rocky Mountains. Chad says it's 41 degrees today. Not good. Is it sunny at least, Chad? I know that's still chilly, but that's, yeah, I do agree. That's a little cold. Don't worry. I'm sure that Midwest heat will get you before you know it. I used to love coasters, but never ride them now. Yeah. So I've had I literally like a cliche love-hate relationship. When I was growing up, they terrified me. I mean, you couldn't even get me on the kiddie ones. I don't know what it was about it. I just didn't like them. When was it? It's about high school when I started getting a lot more open to them. Went to Kings Island, started to get more comfortable with them. And then in my 20s and stuff, because we lived near Carowinds, I was doing, I think I did at the time, I think I might have done every roller coaster in that park, but they've gotten some big ones now. I mean, when I was going there in the early 2000s, it was great, but what I've seen now is incredible. So yeah, I'm curious if anybody is, again, a coaster enthusiast, because, you get those coaster credits. I don't think it's a real thing. It's just something you track yourself, but it's kind of neat because, I have 235 coaster credits. I've been all around the world and ridden these, and it could be one inside a mall or this or that. So I enjoy, I would say I'm, from, scale 1 to 10, 10 being extreme coaster enthusiast, 1 being I can't stand them, or I don't want to ever be on one. I'm probably like a 6.5. I'm probably there. So I enjoy them. And I'm enjoying what Dollywood has to offer. But I'll tell you 2 that I don't think I will do at Dollywood. I will tell you the names because I'm forgetting one of them. One is called, I'm having to Google real quickly the list here. Okay. I don't think I would do the Mystery Mine, and believe it or not, Lightning Rod. I think Mystery, I don't know. I've read reviews and watched some YouTube videos about Mystery Mine that it shakes the heck out of you, but I don't know. Maybe I could hear some feedback from anybody that's ever been on that. Of course, Lightning Rod is like the pinnacle of roller coasters at Dollywood, but I heard it jerks you around all over the place. And again, I'm not a big one for airtime or like zero gravity, like feeling type stuff. But I will want to do Wild Eagle, Thunderhead, Tennessee Tornado. Already been on Fire Chaser, Blazing Fury, Dragonflyer. So anyway, if anybody's been to Dollywood and knows any of those names, let me know. Let's see. Snow is forecasted for Wednesday here in Cincinnati. Okay. That's yeah. Well, back in Ohio, one of the biggest snows we ever had when I was growing up was in beginning of April, maybe 86, 87, 88, something like that. I think there was practically a blizzard. Not enough to really lay any. Just saw a post from one of the workers at LeConte. Thin layer on one of the cabin porches. Okay, very cool. It's always cool to know, I mean, you can get that last snow in April, maybe even early May. If we get a real cold streak, it's crazy. And then you could, as early as like October, really at those elevations. My first ever thrill ride of any kind was just over 2 years ago when I visited Pigeon for the first time. Alpine Mountain Coaster was awesome. So check this out. And I feel like I'm blurry. You know what I'm going to do? There we go. Looks better to me. I was going to put an article in tonight. You guys all know I do the news and notes. And there was an article from WBIR from 2 weeks ago or something like that. And about somebody on the mountain coaster in Gatlinburg getting thrown off the coaster and getting, pretty badly hurt. And it was under investigation by the Tennessee safety, whatever, whatchamacallit. But I just skimmed over the article, and it was believed to be maybe the seatbelt issue. Like maybe somebody didn't have a seatbelt on. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if anybody knows of that story. I didn't put it in the news and notes because I don't know. I just wanted to be more positive. I came across like 3 or 4 articles, and one was about like homeless and drugs and problem on one tunnel in the Blue Ridge Parkway. Because I normally cover Blue Ridge Parkway news, but I'm like, and then the person getting thrown off the coaster. So I was like, I opted for some different news instead of that. But in general, those mountain coasters are a lot of fun. I did the one at Ober Gatlinburg. What a blast. They're kind of expensive. That's the only problem, is that they're very short and they're like $15 or $12 a ride. I know they got to recoup the cost because I'm sure it's expensive to lay all that stuff down, but so they're expensive, but they are fun. I do enjoy those things. You do you. We enjoy your Monday talks. I appreciate it. I think that's in reference to bouncing around the times. And thank you. Appreciate everybody being. And it's nice because I a couple of faces in here tonight that haven't been in here a while, probably because like last week, I think I went on at like 9:40 p.m. Eastern or something, really late. Chance of snow in the high elevations of the Smokies midweek. Yep. It won't last probably, but it's still, that's kind of cool. I always like to know how to do something, even if it's something I know I'll never do. So that's why I like your, yes, and AZ Rock is another one that visits over there. So again, if you all like, just want to keep up with the suite of family of YouTube channels involving me, the Eclectic Candyman does offer a regular cadence of some things there. I need you to come here and do repairs. Yeah, I'm telling you, I can't even get my head above water. I probably give some impression to, friends or YouTube that, I'm always, have some kind of rickety house or something like that. Just things wear out and they all seem to happen at the same time. And, there's a difference between something breaking that you can deal with, and there's a difference with something that breaks and you have to fix it. And it seems like everything in the last 18 months has been break and have to fix. I'll give you an example. Like, let's say a door squeaks or it's kind of rubbing when you open and close it or something like that. And you're like, this is annoying. You don't have to fix that. But if the microwave breaks, if the fridge breaks, if you have a leaky faucet, if you have a leaky tub, if your car won't start, if your lawnmower won't start, all that kind of stuff, you got to fix it. A light won't turn on, all that kind of stuff. So it seems like I've had a lot of stuff in that department. Need new kitchen faucets. That's by the way, that's soon on the list. Our kitchen faucet's nice, but it has gotten so, I may have mentioned this, stubborn. It won't turn. Like the two pieces of it that swivel, it like takes like muscle to move it. So I sprayed it with silicone and that lasts for almost no time at all. It's just worn out, needs to be replaced. I did not make a video of the bathroom one I did because the faucet was 30 years old and it was a lot different than I'm used to. And it took me long enough to have to keep putting in camera angles and do all that. A lot of times when you'll see me do stuff I've already done one thing like that before. That's very similar, so I can speak intelligently about it. Like when I did the toilet one, that was the second time I had done a toilet, so I knew exactly what I was doing. This faucet, there were some things that I wasn't sure. Not about the installation. I'll tell you what, by the way, last thing I'll say about the faucets. The engineering, probably because of computers and CAD and all that stuff, has gotten a million times better. That faucet I took out was brute force bolted in with a bunch of bolts and really hard to get in. The new one practically snaps into place with like 2 tools, and it's really solid and awesome. So it's much easier to install. Hey, Foxy, just got the notification. Well, as you know, I mentioned a couple of times, I got on a little bit earlier, schedule permitting, and glad to have you here. Hope you're having a great start to your week and a nice Monday. I love coasters that don't keep up with the credits. Yeah, so I'm a little behind on the old chat here, but you have to let me know if you've ridden all the ones over there at Dollywood. Thanks for the feedback. I was on my coloring app and it had a red car on it. I'm in the middle of painting it. Oh yeah, cool. I thought of you when I was painting it. That is really cool. Those coloring apps are neat. Are they the ones that have the little squares and then you get to like pick and you end up making like really neat drawings, or is it different? I've seen ones that you're talking about, but I'm not 100% sure if it's the color coding one or if this is freehand type stuff. That's really neat. Over there in Tennessee, mid-Tennessee, it's supposed to be 57 tomorrow, warm back up 70s later in the week. Sounds very similar to here. It's a little better now since they changed the track on the Mystery Mine. Okay, so the one I watched on YouTube a few days ago about the Mystery Mine was a gentleman who went during the pandemic, and his original recollection was very nice, but when he came back during the pandemic, it was rough. The only thing he noted was that he was the only one in the car. It must have been at the height of the pandemic. So he thought maybe the weight of the extra people, had they been there, may have helped, but he felt like his head was a ping pong ball. Now, I will say one thing I learned a long time ago. about roller coasters. You never, ever, ever, when you have a head and neck restraint, try to look forward on a roller coaster that's intense. You get your head pinned back. I'm not talking to Smoky Mountain Hiker. I'm talking to everybody. You put your head back and you put your hands and you just, look forward. If you want to use your eyes, you put your head out, that roller coaster is going to bobble that thing around. So I tend to pin my head back pretty good and get ready to go. I really like the roller coasters, but now at my age, not so much. I noticed this too. I was just taking a casual observation. I was in line for a roller coaster a couple weeks ago, and it just dawned on me. I'm like, I don't see a lot of people that are, let's just say older than maybe like 50. I didn't see a lot of folks older than 50, and I didn't do much thinking about it. It was just a general observation. 90% of the people in line were probably 30 and younger. In fact, even I felt a little bit older on the ride. But I don't know. I don't know. It's just one of those things where you get thrown around. Yes, you would be lost if you missed the Mr. Mountain Man. We got to get the hammer out. We got to get the old Mr. Mountain Man hammer out and do a little howdy hello. Can we see it there? Yeah. So love that thing. Always have it here for a decoration. Speaking of decorations, couple quick things here. Yes. This has not been spray painted with glue. This is from Mount Mitchell from last September when I made that video going in the cold. I don't know how it has stayed together. It does fall apart. There's like little pieces here, but it has zero smell to it. It doesn't smell like anything, but that is incredible. So whatever, yay for the Mount Mitchell pine here. The reason I can't throw it away is because I'm like, I got to show that everybody on the live stream because it's crazy. And then on my calendar this week, on my old tear-off calendar, finally, we got the old Great Smoky Mountains National Park there. That looks like Cades Cove or somewhere very similar to that with that fence line there. Glad to have you here, Foxy. Hey, Adriana LaSure, how are you and your family's doing? Have you talked to them lately? Doing well. Family's good. Usually it's probably because I'm on here a little bit early, but usually my mom pops in here sometime and my sister. And so hope doing well. And I hope you're doing well and having a great start to your week. It can snow into May in the higher elevations. Yes. Yeah. And that'd be cool if you could actually see it. That'd be pretty neat. It would be a pretty cool video to do too. Let's see. Sorry, it jumped on me. I'm trying to find the next. Yep, you love that motorcycle. The motorcycle is a lot of fun. And speaking of doing vlogs, there will definitely be some of that coming up as the weather gets nicer. I need to get that out and about. The fact they opened the mountain coaster back up quickly says something in regards to the person. I hate that the person was hurt. I had to skim the article quickly because I was running late to this. I'm glad that it's open and business is going. I don't know if it was ride operator fault or the rider themselves. Rider error. Okay, the investigators inspected the ride and reopened the same day. Okay, maybe they didn't have their seatbelt on, which is weird because, if you think about roller coasters, a lot of rides, the person comes around and tugs on the belt. So who knows? You never know about people. They'd be like, oh, this is uncomfortable. Let me see if I can get a little extra air time or something. Yeah, you're going to get a lot of air time. So hopefully the person was just fine. Howdy, Dr. J. Hope you're doing well and having a great start to your week. A nice Monday. Let us know how you're doing. Nice to have you here. Hello, Blondie's Adventure. Can't stay. Have a blessed night. You as well. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. Rode all the coasters, minus the little kids ones. That would be in reference to Dollywood. That's very cool. I do think I will maybe do that little tiny orange one that goes around with one of the kids, maybe. By the way, and I've mentioned this a couple times for anybody who's been to Dollywood, the Dragon Flyer, which is a newer one. Unfortunately, they only have one car or train, but it is a fantastic roller coaster. I mean, it's not like an extreme thrill, but it packs. All the reviews say the exact same thing. It's more than meets the eye. It looks small and you get on it and they engineered it very well because you have a great time. Thank you for the shout out earlier. Appreciate you and all that watch. Yes, absolutely. Lily's been rolling out some videos. I saw the snow videos. I saw the food video. I've seen the drive around town video. So check out Lily. Make sure you go for a second and hammer the thumbs up. Since it's daylight, you can surely see it. I love it. Yeah, it's excellent. Yeah, I really enjoy that it's pretty outside right now with the trees and the mountains and all that stuff. And it's very nice. I tell you, this time of the year, one of the things I really do like is the extended daylight. Yes, that is very, very nice. Painting by number. Yes, I'm painting and listening to you at the same time. Yeah, those are really cool. My kids, some of them enjoy to do. I think my wife's done those before. Those are really neat. There's also something that one of the kids was working on. It was like you get it from like Joann Fabric or like Michael's, and it's like you take this little pen and these little, they almost look like dots, and they're color coded, and then they stick on, and they're very small. They're like a millimeter by a millimeter or something, or and then you put them on the little dot, and then it takes weeks or whatever, however many hours to do it. When it's done, it's a beautiful picture that you can frame or hang up. It's really pretty cool. Love the new track on Mystery Mine and Lightning Rod. So much better. So Dr. J, so you like the two that I didn't, it appears from a distance I may not care for. That it, yeah. I'm sorry. I know what you guys are talking about, the new track. And because I'd watched that review, and you can see the remnants they left of the old track when it comes out of the gatehouse and like shoots down. They left those pieces of the track right there. Let me know if it's smooth or not. Yeah. Have a great night, Blondie. And thank you again for stopping by. Appreciate it. And tell a traveling Hoosier we did say hello. Super clear tonight. I appreciate that. That's because nobody's home. And so that is fantastic. And also YouTube's probably like, this Mr. Mountain Man channel is actually, has a little bit of a following. Let's give it a little extra horsepower. That for sure. Hey, my mom is here. Hey, we're at the Greenbrier, and I believe that's in Kentucky, right? Isn't it? Hope you were doing well. Tell Dad I said hello. Love you guys. And let us know how you're doing. That's awesome. Wondering if you're okay. Absolutely. Here every Monday night or most Monday nights. And so doing well. Hope you are doing well, and everybody. I hope everybody's doing well and enjoying spring. It is mountain pine, like mountain people. You can pick on them and make fun of them, but they survive and remain strong. That's a great saying right there. You should put that on like one of those wooden the wooden or the wooden signs they have, like they make at Gatlinburg and all the places. If you could fit that in there with like an image of this, that would be, I think, pretty cool, because that's a great saying there, Foxy Wolf. I like that. So you can put, say you could have like the plaque and have like a pine, like a green pine, and have that like notated on it. It's pretty cool. Nice. I like that. I have wrote all of them myself, even the little kid one, but wrote it with my nephew. Yeah. That is really cool. I would like to, I think I want to know what you guys think is the most intense. Is Lightning Rod is more intense than Tennessee Tornado and the Eagle? Let me know. My little kid won't ride it. I'll ride it. Hey, Kentucky girl, hope you're having a great start to your week and a nice Monday. Nice to have you here this evening on this Monday evening, and hope everything is going well for you. We had a great time on the Mystery Mine. New layout is 75% less headbanging. Okay, this is really good to know, because maybe, when did they change the track? I am starting to think that both you and Smoky Mountain Hike are talking about it. That must have been the problem, and then they changed the track. That's really good to know about that. Oh, I meant your mom. Okay, well, yes, she's doing well. Thank you for asking. Thank you, Adriano. Sorry, I didn't connect the dots. That's usually me. And yes, they're doing well. I know they've missed the last couple live streams, I think, or maybe they just said hello. Lightning Rod is definitely the most intense coaster at Dollywood. Okay. Is it? It is. Again, if I told you I like the speed, I like the turns. I'm not a big one about zero air time. Not a huge one for getting jerked around. Is my assessment right? But it sounds like Mystery Mine is a maybe. Lightning rod is much more intense. Okay, thank you and thank you and thank you. Yes. Just after opening this year. Thank you, Dr. J. That is some great facts, because the person who wrote it and said it was messed up was during the pandemic, which would have been 2020. So if it's 2021, very good. Okay, Mr. Mountain, when they change the track. Good, thank you. All right. Well, you know what? I'll use somebody in the family, like my wife that's a guinea pig, go on it and be like, let me know. And then I'll go on it. I'll tell you what was crazy. And maybe this is, again, the age thing, but I went on those little acorns with the baby, and those things look like nothing, but you get up there and you're spinning like nonstop. And then all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, what's going on? It's not intense, but just stand in a circle right now if you're watching this and spin around, or I don't recommend that, but it's kind of crazy. I remember it was like, I don't want to say intense, that's the wrong word, but it's more than it looks cute. It's like you're on a spinny ride. It's kind of crazy. I'm going to finish painting it when I get finished with. Would you like me to send it to you somehow? Well, I'm very flattered. I appreciate that. Please enjoy it for yourself. After all that hard work, you should enjoy it, and I really appreciate that. Right now, I don't have any means for getting things sent to me, but that is very kind of you, and I am humbled. But please enjoy the fruits of your labor and enjoy that. That is very, very kind of you. Thank you. Very kind. I am humbled. I absolutely love the Wild Eagle. Such a rush. That is on my short list to do. Yes. You'd like the Wild Eagle ride front or back, much smoother and better ride. Okay. Don't let your wife hear. I usually tell her she's the bravest one, although she did not like Tennessee Tornado, and that's a highly rated one. That's an aero coaster I'm familiar with, because there are ones similar to that. This Dollywood's one is I think they said the last aero steel. I forget what the fact about it was, but I've ridden on ones like that at like Kings Island and some of the others, so I'm familiar with that type. She didn't like it because her head was bobbling around, but like I mentioned, I forgot to it had been a while since we've done coasters. We've been doing Disney for so many years. We kind of forgot the what to do's when you go on the bigger coasters. You're welcome. No worries. My bad. That was me. Maybe we both need to wake up. Right. It's Monday. I hate the acorns. They're crazy. I'm telling you. So anybody who's like, oh, I'm going to go on it, be ready. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just, whoa, you're going around circles. So what time do you have to get up to catch that beautiful sunrise at Klingman's Dome? 4 a.m. and just woke up. I was like feeling like I was going to the Dome. It was not planned. That's awesome. I really want to go to Klingman's Dome. You guys hear me as much of an enthusiast as I am about Mount Mitchell. I can't believe that I have not been to Klingman's Dome before. Tornado is one of my least favorite coasters. Okay, good to know. Is it rough, more rough in your opinion than the Mine one or Lightning Rod? Not planned or extra special. They are. In fact, for the few amount of videos I've done on my channel, there have been a few that have been ad hoc as well, kind of last minute. So let me get into the housekeeping for the week of April the 19th, 2021. Again, there was a great question from Hope earlier asking about when would I be doing more vlogs, and if I could. It's a thing of time for those that you may have missed it. You've heard my response on that before, but things will be in the hopper. Keep in touch on the Eclectic Handyman channel if you want to see regular content from this voice. Otherwise, we always stay connected on Monday. That's the little bit of housekeeping here. Also, I did mention I'm using the community tab on my channel now that it's available to announce what time the live stream will be. So if you're interested or want to know and want to be here live, I try to put it on around 4, 5, 6 o'clock at night. Once I can zone in on the target time that I'll be online. Next up, let's take a look at some pictures. Let's look at some pictures. I remembered finally to take some mountain pictures, and I only posted one of them. Jeez, I have like 10 more on my phone. How disappointing. Oh, I am, goodness gracious. I realize now I just posted only 2 pictures. All right. Well, anyway, we'll look at those 2 pictures, right? Okay, let's take a look. First up, beautiful, right? Look at these wildflowers with using the portrait mode with the mountains in the background. Very pretty. Of course, the bees like them, so the bees are there. But yes, spring is happening. Nice mountain picture. By the way, if you want to see mountain pictures very similar to this and even better, check out Smoky Mountain Hiker on Instagram, because Smoky Mountain Hiker, are you doing that with a cell phone camera or a real camera? Because it's crazy, because the lines are blurred these days, because this picture I took here was with a cell phone camera on portrait mode. I think it does a tremendous job. So it's hard to tell. But anyway, Smoky Mountain Hiker, check out. If you like nature pictures, he's got a lot of them. And of course, I got to post food because I was grilling. So there's 2 T-bones and some hot dogs with corn on the cob. The only thing that didn't come out great, they tasted absolutely delicious, but I did undercook my wife's just a little bit. That's always disappointing, because you get to the table. Why didn't I cut it up on the grill? And why didn't I do this? Because I was timing it and then by the heat and stuff. So yes, as much as I grill, I still mess up. So I had to run back out there and throw hers back on. She wanted a little bit more well done, or not well done, but a little bit more done. So, but they were so good. That filet side is like butter. I mean, you could cut it with a fork practically. The left side, I think everybody's probably familiar, but where you see that bone come down in the middle, the left side is filet, the right side is like New York strip, basically. So the right side's a little chewier by nature, and the left side's very tender. I'm telling you what, that left side there, I could eat like 2 pounds just of that. It's absolutely delicious. Everything came out great. Nice little grill out for you there on a Sunday. Let's see here. Great picture of Klingman's. Oh, it's more rough. Tennessee Tornado is more rough than Lightning Rod. Interesting. That is good feedback. Great pictures of Klingman Don't on your, yes, Instagram. Yes. Love the Tornado myself. I remember riding it back to back years ago. You know, it's weird because that's in the back of the park, and the ride times on it, wait times, excuse me, are hit or miss. Like, it's the one time we went, it was 0 minutes, and another time it was like an hour. So it's kind of crazy how that's inconsistent. What's the one right in front of that? The one that's from Silver Dollar City. We went on that for the first time. The one that only has 2 dips on it. That was fun because I'm impartial to dark rides. There's so many things with the word fire. So it's Blazing Fury. There's Blazing Fury and Fire Chaser and Chase this and that and Mind this, and you know, I get confused on all of Blazing Fury. That was a lot of fun. I love the throwback to, you know, the original, just not throwback. I love the nostalgia of it being original from Silver Dollar City. What a lot of fun, especially being like a Disney fanatic. You know, that was a lot of fun to have like a dark ride like that. And actually, I heard a cool fact that one time somebody was there when it was snowing at Dollywood, and guess what? The only coaster was open. Yeah, that one right there. So that's pretty cool. And yes, there is my Mr. Mountain Man Instagram account at Mr. Mountain_man. For folks that don't know, because I didn't use it for years, I knew it, I just didn't do it. If you have a Facebook account, you have an Instagram account. They're owned by the same place, so you don't have to you do sign up separately, but you can use the same login and do all that stuff. So back when there was no line you could stay on without getting off. Ooh, that's cool. I wonder if they'd let you do that during the week now, like if you went on an off day, but right now they're not open every day of the week. But like if there was like a Tuesday in the summer or something. I dream of someday walking up and saying I'm going to the Dome or the Cove. I'm so jealous. Well, I tell you, Todd, yeah, I don't know if, you know, what you're able to do, but, you know, a car ride and, you know, down and, you know, that's one of the nice things about the park and those places. You know, there's something for everyone because there really isn't something for everyone and something for everyone's budget. I think that's more important. There are hotels and motels, you know, entry level to, you know, $500-600 a night or more. And then, you know, there is dinner shows that can cost the family hundreds of dollars, or there's Chipotle, you know, or going to the grocery and cooking at a cabin, or go explore the mountains for free, or go to Dollywood and spend $500, you know. So there's so much diversity in that area that is really nice. But not to focus fully on East Tennessee, because I you know, I tend to do that just because of recently, but over here in Western North Carolina, which really is the focus and home base of this channel, you know, there is just a plethora of things to do, especially on the the economical side of things being pure nature. That's trails, hiking, sightseeing, mountains, winter sports activities, and then your dining and your culture, and things to do with the city of Asheville. There is so much to do on this side of the mountains. Is just quite frankly underrated. It absolutely is underrated. There is so much focus, I think, on all the pizzazz of East Tennessee. Naturally, it's a fun entertainment thing. I'm over there a lot. I love it. The family loves it. It's fantastic, but it still is underrated over here in Western North Carolina. To those who know this area, it's not underrated. There's a lot of people that, whether it's the Biltmore or Asheville or Boone, Blowing Rock, Blue Ridge Parkway, Maggie Valley, Hendersonville, just on and on, Chimney Rock and all of that. There's just a ton to do. Lots to do all over the place. I was just looking through the chat. Where in the world is Rita? Rita is here. She said hello earlier, but I was on a little bit early. So hopefully she's still around. Greenbrier is in West Virginia. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I messed up there. I actually do both. Instagram is usually phone, though, since I have to use the phone to post. Wish you could post from a computer. I have a little trick. You can do that. I can tell you briefly. So if you hit on any browser F12, which takes the browser into debug mode, there's a little button on the debugger that looks like a little phone icon. What that does is it emulates a phone, and if you're logged into Instagram and you hit F12 and then you hit the little thing that looks like a phone in the top left, it'll switch it to a phone view. But that's not quite enough yet. Then you have to refresh the browser. It picks up that it thinks it's a mobile phone, and then the little plus icon comes so you can add a picture. When you do that, you can upload from your computer, which means you could have a file from your computer, which would probably be the phone, from a better camera. That's one way. It's not that complex once you learn how to do it. The other way is you take that nice file from your good camera, and then you upload it to the cloud and download it onto your phone, or transfer it from the computer to your phone and then up to Instagram. So there's a few ways you can do it if you really want to. You have that great shot and you want to share it with people. The looks of the grill, you're definitely a carnivore. Yep. Still, although there's the corn in there. Yeah. Blazing Fury has 3 drops. I know the kids were kind of concerned. We didn't know what the thrill level, but we had heard it was next to nothing, and it's in the dark. So, there's nothing like the first time on that ride, because you just don't know. And once you know, a cat's out of the bag, and it's not, a big deal. But the first time you're like, is this a big indoor roller coaster? Is this Space Mountain or whatever? You're getting forgetful in your old age, forgetting to post pictures. I know. I have other cool pictures and I forgot to post them. They don't allow you to do that. They don't allow you now due to health safety things. Okay. I totally forgot what that was related to. Happy Mountain Man Monday early tonight. Yes, I was, Larry. I came on early, but glad to have you here. Yes, I did. Yeah, as Kentucky Girl says, I catch you by surprise. There is the other channel. Thank you. Perfect for the news or housekeeping of the week. Bought my daughter a new TV. Got it out of the box. Screen busted. Oh, back to the store. Can't hang out long. Sure, absolutely. Trust me. I know how those things go. Definitely. 100,000 miles on the Mustang. Hard to believe. Yeah, about 5,000 miles a year. I did post a video on my other channel of 100,000 on the car when the odometer turned over. Let's see. I'll be moving along here. I was looking back over the videos after last week's live stream. I just realized it was you in the picture at Chimney Rock when you were young. Yeah, are you talking about the end of the first Chimney Rock video? And actually, my sister is to my left. If this is what you're talking about, the pictures I did at the end of the original Skyline Trail, I believe it's called, where they filmed a lot of Last of the Mohicans, that was me. And I was probably about 23 or 24. My hair was really short. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, Rita's still here. Good. Yeah, sorry to hear about the TV. Yep. Yeah, I had some TV issues with the TV. I bought a Vizio, and they had to come and they tried to replace it and it didn't work, and there was something else, and then but it's a lot of pain. How long is the ride to the Great Smoky Mountains from your area? Well, if you're talking about the real park, it's like hour and a half, but the mountains are all over the place where I am. I did not know that. I knew the transfer to the phone. Yeah, try out what I was talking about. If my directions weren't clear and you Google like upload to Instagram from a PC, you will see with pictures what I'm talking about. Heading out for the night. Good night, everyone. And Mr. Mountain Man, have a good week. Yes, you do as well, Chad. Hope you have a wonderful week. Oh, they don't allow you to ride again because of the health safety. Thank you. Yes. Always the food. You have the knack for making me hungry. I know. I already had a little bit of dinner. So have a good night, everyone. Wish I could say thank you, Larry. I appreciate it. I just logged to look at your other live streams. I can't put my finger on it, but something looks different tonight. Yeah, it's the light. There's light behind me. So, you know, it's really nice. You see the light? That's why it looks different, because it's light outside. That unless it's something else. Have you lost weight? No, actually, I gained weight, because you can't really tell from the picture, but not bad weight. I lift weights like 5 days a week. So I actually am about a pound or two heavier than I have been. But the light is definitely makes it, maybe it makes me look slimmer. I'm a weird one. Like most people are like, oh, have you lost weight? And people like that. With me, I'm like one of the rare birds that I like to gain weight as long as it's muscle mass. So yeah. Rita says, I thought you were probably about 19. Yeah. Little bit older than that, because that was probably in 2000. And actually I was probably 25 there. That was probably about, yeah, that was in the early 2000s. All right, let me get over to the other thing, because I don't want to run out of time here. Let's see, banners and news and notes of the week. All right, let's stop sharing this and let's get into the news and notes. I got a few articles here. So let's go over to share and share the screen and get this up. Present. A little bit of water. Have to take like vocal breaks, because it's like the nonstop, you know, I feel like I'm having a real conversation, which I am, but there's nobody actually talking audibly except for me. So, all right, first up here, North Carolina wildlife experts offer advice as reports of spring black bear sightings soar. All right, so this was from WLOS. So the bears are out. Let's see what they have to say. As there are more and more people in North Carolina, they're increasingly moving into black bear habitats. The North Carolina Wildlife Resource Commission, NCWRC, says this has resulted in a spike in black bear sightings already this spring, and bears have more opportunities to approach residential properties. NCWRC is one of the 15 states that's a part of BearWise, a regional program based on the southeastern United States that shares ways to prevent conflicts with a black bear, providing resources to resolve problems with black bears, and encourages community initiatives to keep black bears wild, according to its website. You can take a 2-hour course and learn hand-to-hand combat on how to tackle a bear, win in a fight, and be more dominant than the bear itself. I'm just joking. I ad-libbed that in there to see who's paying attention. That last little bit about the hand-to-hand combat, that is not happening. This corporation does not do that. This organization, excuse me. Just trying to see who's still awake during the bear article. Back to the real part here. Wildlife experts say that most bears wander into a neighborhood will quickly retreat to their habitat, especially if no food's around. But they urge everyone else to stay cautious. Anytime we allow them to get into our garbage or we feed them intentionally, it causes bears to lose their fear of humans. And that's when we really start having issues with the bears getting into houses and breaking into cars. All right, here we go. With the increased bear sightings, BearWise offers the following 6 tips that can prevent potential conflicts and help people live responsibly. 1, never feed or approach a bear, either intentionally or unintentionally. Feeding bears trains them to look for food by approaching homes and people. Bears are particularly attracted to birdseed, hummingbird feeders, garbage, and other human-associated foods like pet food. Bears will defend themselves if a person gets too close, so do not risk your safety for theirs. That means no Instagram pictures up close. Number 2, secure your food, garbage, and recycling. Food and food odors attract bears, so don't reward them with easily available food or garbage. Store bags of trash inside cans of garbage. Shed or other secure area. Use garbage cans or trash containers with a secure latching system that are bear resistant. Place trash outside as late as possible on the morning of trash pickup, not the night before. That's what we do. We never put it out the night before. I'm not cleaning up the trash. Remove bird feeders when the bears are active. Bird seed and other grains and hummingbird feeders have high calorie count, making them very attractive to bears. I'll tell you why I gave up on the bird seed feeders. They're cool for 5 minutes, and the squirrels are a nightmare. Nightmare. Those things, there is a YouTube video I think I mentioned before where some guy set up an obstacle course in his yard. Squirrels are incredibly intelligent in the realm of getting to the birdseed feeder. It is like a survival of the fittest. It's unbelievable. No matter where I put those things and no matter what contraption I use, the squirrels win. They're not bird feeders, they're squirrel feeders. So I gave up on them. Never leave pet food outdoors. Feed pets feed outdoor pets portion size. Be completely eaten during each meal and remove the empty food bowls. I'm thinking that's like chickens or something like that. Make sure that grease and fat and all that's removed from their animals, or maybe if you had horses or something like that. That was number 4. What's number 5? I have number 6. Oh, sorry. Number 5 was clean and store grills. Well, that is applicable to me. Make sure all grease, fat, and food particles are removed, even from the drip tray. Once a grill's clean, store it in a bear-resistant location like a garage or shed. Alert neighbors to bear activity. Share information with your friends. How to avoid bear conflict. Bears have adapted to living near people. Now it's up to people to adapt to living near bears. Wildlife experts say North Carolina's bear populations are mostly concentrated in the mountain coastal plains. That's us. But that sightings do occur in the Piedmont regions as well, usually in May, June, and July. In any case, it's best for people to leave bears alone. The NCWRC says the commission does not trap and relocate bears. There are no remote places to move bears, and relocation can be treacherous. So there you have it with your bear education for the week. Yeah, they're pretty cool. I will say, having stayed in cabins over in Gatlinburg, I see 10-1 versus what I see in Western North Carolina. I think that's because of the concentration of visitors and garbage issues and, people leaving stuff out and all that. The bears tend to think that's their vacation paradise as well. But we do see the occasional bear here. A lot more deer and turkey is what we see. Let's see here. Do you ever glue your little gadget you broke messing with it? I wonder if it's still here. No, I did try to glue it and it came right back apart. That was very difficult to glue because the little hinge part, it was for the camera. It was a camera cover. Is so delicate that it did glue, but then as soon as I swiveled it kind of came off because I couldn't get enough glue in the contact area. That was kind of a pain. I'm going to give one more stab at it and then see if I can order something online. Have you had a haircut? I got a haircut about a week and 1 week ago. So thank you. I appreciate that. I was trying to remember when it was. I can barely contain myself. He is not the cutest. Yeah, there are cute. There are cute. Good one, Mr. Mountain. You are too funny. I know about the hand-to-hand contest. It's too bad Blondie's not still on Mr. Mountain. She loves the black bears. Yes. That bear is the cutest. Yes. Are the bears aggressive in your neighborhood? No, they are not. I mean, we see them on occasion, but no, they just kind of lumbering along. The turkeys are more of a problem. They get right in the middle of the road and just sit there. Yeah, grown. Is your son in moral danger? Yeah. His backyard is like a zoo, right? We get some neat stuff. It's unanimous. I think we have an imposter Mr. Mountain tonight. Oh, me? Oh, like I don't look the same? Or is there like really a troll that has the name Mr. Mountain Man? I can't see in the comments. Or you're just talking about I look different. I'm telling you, the light makes a big difference. And you know what happened? The last couple live streams, I had a hat on It's probably why you couldn't tell, all that kind of stuff. But maybe it's earlier too, because I'm like, sometimes when I'm on, it's 10:30. That's the day getting a little long in the tooth. I decided to go full Grizzly Adams. Well, with your beard, right? Yeah, I think I've seen it. This is about the length of the beard that I can get. I use a beard trimmer, and I don't let it go any longer than that. I have had that big mustache before, but the beard any longer than this. And actually, I like it a little bit shorter than this, but the problem is that because some areas, even at my age, are still a little patchy, a little bit of length helps make it look full coverage. When I have it shorter than I like, it's hard to tell if I actually have a beard or not, or I just forgot to shave. That's funny. You look better in the light. I look better in the dark than the light. Yeah. Well, I have the light on, and actually I don't have the upper light on. Maybe that makes me look kind of orangish probably. And I forgot that I didn't turn that on because I had the light over here. That's awesome. Great. It's always good when we're having some good laughs on a Monday. All right. Speaking of roller coasters, look at that one sitting down, kind of grabbing onto that thing. That's at Carowinds. That's kind of crazy. Oh, I see that Chris just went on the live stream. I just got the notification. So let's see. All right. Next up, this is from WBTV. That's down in Charlotte. Here's when Carowinds in Carolina Harbor reopened to the public this year. So we're always talking about Dollywood, which opens in late March. Carowinds didn't open until May. Carowinds announced in 2021, open on Saturday, May 22nd. Honestly, that's kind of late. I don't know why they didn't open earlier. I mean, I know here in North Carolina, we were a little more restrictive, but nothing of that magnitude. I'm not really sure. Carolina Harbor, their water park, is scheduled to open on Saturday, May 29th. So only 1 week later. As a reminder, all 2020 season passes will be honored during this 2021 season. Fall and winter operating days will be announced later this year. Grand Carnival will be from July 17th to August 1st. The popular amusement park is also looking to hire deepwater lifeguards. Roles offer $14 an hour and eligible to receive $500 bonus. Park is offering $500 bonuses for all seasonal hires. Openings are available in all park areas: lifeguards, rides, merchandise, food and beverage, hospitality, and more. Carowinds expects to hire around 900 seasonal associates in advance of its season reopening. And that's all there is to that article. I said a few times before, you never know in the future, might switch it up some year and do Cedar Fair Entertainment Platinum passes, which would allow us to go to any of those parks, which includes, Kings Island, Cedar Point, Carowinds, Kings Dominion, and a whole slew more, which wouldn't be that difficult or a stretch of imagination to go to, 2 or 3 or 4 of those in 1 year, and check out all that they have to offer. I honestly can't believe they have such a good deal. The pass is not that unreasonable. And then next up, so I do have something from the Blue Ridge Parkway. And again, I was kind of bypassing some of the kind of doom and gloom ones. Although this one does have a little aspect of it's not so positive, but here's from Spectrum News out of Charlotte. Blue Ridge Parkway brings in millions in 2020 as cyclists feel impact. The Blue Ridge Parkway in Western North Carolina was the most visited in 2020. If you attended every week, you do know that already. Record number of visitors last year, 14 million, according to the National Park Service. A group of people who really noticed the increase of traffic on the parkway were cyclists, not motorcyclists, but bicyclists, like that person there. Barbara Green is an outdoor enthusiast. I trail run, I road bike, and I swim, and I mountain bike and gravel bike, and I hike. Just love to move. She wasn't at all surprised to hear the parkway was the most popular park last year. I mean, I love seeing more people out here just because I know what an incredible treasure it is to Asheville, but it has its negatives. As a cyclist, it got a little sketchy. She's been biking the parkway for over a decade. The parkway is one of the best places around to ride as far as views. A lot of my life has been in outdoor recreation. I studied for a while and I worked for some different outdoor programs. Biking was kind of a quick way to get outside, get that endorphin rush. Being in the outdoors without going on a long backpack trip. The heavy traffic on the parkway makes biking tricky and scary. You have to be smart and come prepared with all the proper safety gear. People honking at you, yelling at you, making sure they speed around you as fast as they could, and then you can feel their frustration. She says she knows what it's like being someone who drives on the parkway too, but she also understands the importance of sharing the road. Sometimes she just wants to avoid it altogether. It's really driven me to get on my gravel bike a lot more. Her friends are also purchasing more gravel bikes and hitting the trails. She says drivers seldom want to share the road. I understand what it's like to be backed up 12 cars deep because of one cyclist, but I feel like we're really lacking a mutual respect of why cyclists have the right to be here as much as motorists. Green wishes Asheville in general was a little more bike friendly. It's kind of a shame to hear that. I get it. Oh, somebody's leaving. Oh, Lily's going to go say hi to Chris and Mindy. Have a fabulous week, Mr. Mountain, and everyone stay safe. Don't worry, I'm not offended that people are leaving mine for the more popular Chris. I get no, I'm just joking. I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope spring arrives shortly and you get some nice weather up your way. So with this here, one of the, I've been on the Blue Ridge Parkway behind a cyclist before. The Blue Ridge Parkway is not a thoroughfare. It is in a very few places. There is one spot in Asheville that is kind of a nice shortcut between A and B, but overall, the Blue Ridge Parkway was designed and built for leisure and sightseeing, which means it is prime usage for people who are cyclists. And I have got to give total respect to the cyclists that go on the Blue Ridge Parkway. I have seen people ride their bicycle up to Mount Mitchell. That is incredible. And these people aren't super young either. I've seen people full on gray hair riding up to Mount Mitchell and must be in tremendous shape. Great shape. And, but yes, it's a 2-lane highway if you've never been on the Blue Ridge Parkway. And, they're going up a hill and it can get backed up. It's just not, the reason I mentioned it's not a thoroughfare between two places is it's a shame if anybody's using the Blue Ridge Parkway to get to A to B fast. So you kind of have to get on the parkway knowing that it's going to be a slow going journey and enjoy the views. I am certainly thankful on a few of my videos. I've gotten some clear and open roads so I could make better videos, but there are times when you just get behind a big line of cars. It kind of hides your sight, or it's not only cyclists. Sometimes you get a car. I think the speed on the Blue Ridge Parkway is 35 miles an hour. You'll get a car going like 18, and that can get a little annoying because you're like, I love the views, but I want to get to, that picnic spot or that park I'm going to. I'm not trying to speed, but with cyclists, it's a different deal. They can't pick it up. They're going as fast as their body will take them. And I'll tell you what, that'll be a disaster if somebody hits one of them. So hopefully people can share the road and be polite to these cyclists. It's a big time deal around here. And again, I think that the people are just in incredible shape. I can't even imagine. I mean, if I was just to ride my bicycle to the local gas station, I'd probably be winded. So that's a really cool thing, I think. Let me catch up on some of these comments. Dr. J says, never let his hair grow long. It's driving me crazy, but determined. Well, you have fun on your journey. That's pretty cool. In November, there's a cool charity called Movember where you grow out a mustache for men's charity. That's cool. There's a man in Montana this past week mauled by a bear, survived only to pass away from a stroke. That's horrible. Too bad. I wonder if he was pretty shaken up from that. I think the dark shirt, no hat is what's looking different to people. Dark shirt, no hat, brushed hair, light in the background, on at 6:30, and a big smile. So that's what's making a difference. We have never been to Carowinds. I do recommend it. I think it's great. And while you're there, there's so much to see in Charlotte as well. It's sad about the man in Montana surviving the bear attack, only to die from a stroke. Yeah, that is awful. Carowinds is in 2 states, so they have to go by each state. So who knows? Yeah. So Carowinds, that's right. Smoky Mountain Hiker. You're right. And there is a cool plate part in the park where you can be in both states at one time. You can have like a leg in each. It's kind of cool. First indoor restaurant in over a year today. Yay. That's fantastic. I know you guys have been quarantining, especially you, Mom. And that is fantastic news. I'm sure that was like better than normal, than expected. And you really enjoyed it. I got my first shot this past week, my first vaccine shot, and I'll get my next one in about 2.5 weeks. So happy that things are, on the up and up there. Let's see here. Sorry, it jumped on me. Where? Yankee in the South. Hey, Will and Don. How are you guys doing? I don't even know if you're still here or not. I'm like 5 minutes behind. You may have already hopped off. So if you are here, hello. It's wonderful to see you too. So one of the things that I've really enjoyed recently are the car show videos. I can honestly say, so Will, I don't know if you're still on this. You were joking the other night about how not every one of your videos is catered to your entire audience. Some people don't like the car shows. Some people don't like the hikes. Some people don't like when you go out of state. I can honestly say I'm probably one of the few people or not few, but one of the many people that likes all of them, because I am a car enthusiast. All that stuff with my cars over on the Eclectic Candyman, but I love the cars. I love the dining reviews, the hiking, the out of state stuff, all of it. So you got somebody who enjoys all of it. And I did enjoy when you guys were hanging out on the strip and got to enjoy the one live stream. So hope you guys are doing well and love to catch up soon. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Maybe sometime coming up here, we'll figure something out. We could text or figure something out. I thought Chris and Mindy was on Tuesdays. I'm out of the loop. Yeah, I have a little bit of a routine here being on Mondays, but a lot of folks I think have multiple live streams. I watch a YouTuber that has a bear that comes to his house every night. It showed up while he was doing a live stream. That's awesome. If I get any pictures of bears, I'll make sure to post them. That was another picture I took last week. I took a picture of some deer, near the house. I'm like, oh, let me put it on Instagram. Forgot. Let's see. What's the next comment? I drive like an old man on the Blue Ridge Parkway if it's dark. Too many sharp curves. You do have to be careful in that area up there. It's really not a great nighttime kind of place to be. So yeah, that's definitely correct to, be cautious if ever up there. And they are super, they will close that thing down if there is just a tad bit of ice or snow. They don't plow it. Again, it's not a connector that's important between A and B. They will shut that down very, very quickly. Where did you go to eat, Mr. Mountain Man? Mom, nosy people want to know. Yeah, they said they were in Greenbrier and West Virginia. I think that is the name of the restaurant, isn't it? You'll have to let us know. Please hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. That is very kind of you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. November is also No Shave November as well. Yes, so you got Movember and November. I think November, what you're saying, started first, and then they came up with Movember. I like all the videos too. Yes, over there speaking on Yankee in the South. I would like to see you again, Mr. Mountain Wind. That will definitely happen. We're over in your neck of the woods, but I'm never filming over there. Well, for two reasons. One, I know you guys aren't over here this much. You guys cover it well. It's just redundant. I do some stuff over in East Tennessee, but anybody who asks about it, between you guys and Chris and the occasional other folks, I do occasionally do something over there, but I'm always with the family. So I think I did a little bit about putt-putt and some other things. So sometimes I do East Tennessee, but you guys take the cake on that one. You do such a great job. And so we're over there, but it's usually recently we got Dollywood passes. And so we went over there a couple of times, the whole gang. And so, but absolutely, it'd be great to get together. Let me actually stop that screen share and get this back in here. All right. Indoor trip was this year to McAllister's. That's a great sandwich place. Our show, our story, Dr. J, have a great night. You as well. Probably be jumping off here in a few minutes myself. I hear footsteps. So folks came home. Blue Ridge Parkway is really scary in the dark and fog added to it. Been there, done that. Yes. You can always tell when folks have some mountain driving experience versus not. Nobody should ever push it, but you can tell some competency. Like I drive I-40 at night coming back from Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge a lot. There's a lot of curves on I-40 between Gatlinburg and Asheville. And that can be, it can be uncomfortable for people that are using to drive in straight lines. You can usually tell, some of the differences. Prime 44 West Greenbrier. I have to get a job again. Oh, it's an expensive. I think you're giving a nod to that. It's an expensive restaurant, maybe, or you guys are enjoying yourself. The picture got blurry, and that is because the family got home and they probably got all their cell phones doing stuff or turned on the TV or something like that. I bet you that's exactly what happened. That's probably my cue shortly to wrap things up. But yeah, I hope you all are having a great week. And again, we'll be looking forward to more content here on this channel. Also, like I mentioned, if you're interested in just keeping in touch on the wider band, I do have stuff over on the Eclectic Handyman as well. With spring here and summer around the corner, that opens the doors to a lot of outdoor stuff that's a little more bland, at least in this area when it's just pure winter. So there'll be some fun stuff, you know, when I get around to it. Yeah, so I think I am going to wrap it up here right about now. And especially if the picture got a little bit blurry there, but you'll have to let me know. And it's wonderful to see some faces come back here tonight, although I didn't see the faces, but the avatars on the live stream since I jumped on a little bit early. And it was great to have you all. I hope that you, everybody has a wonderful week and is safe. And yes, have a wonderful week. Good evening to everyone. Great stream as always. Go join your family. I will help go through the routine of the evening and get everybody squared away for school tomorrow. Again, thanks to everyone who was able to make it tonight as I hopped on earlier. Next time, I don't know exactly what time I'll be on in the live stream, but I always do post to the community tab when I do have it. It is clear again. Good. Thank you. I'm glad that it ironed out here for the last minute or two. Everyone have a great week. Thanks, Mr. Mountain for good live stream. Have a great week, everyone. Night, sweet boy. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Good night. Everyone was nice chatting. It was. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope everyone has a wonderful and safe week. And until next time on the Mountain Man Monday, we'll see you later. And I'll post some more pictures on Instagram, I promise. Have a safe and wonderful week. Yes. Take care, everyone, and good night.